Yeah, Michael is our first guest. You're listening to his music right now. This is called Do Your Thing. If you're having a bad day, if you're even having a mild day, if you're having like a 6.5 out of 10 day, this thing is like, this is going to get you up in that 9, 9.5, 10 out of 10 range, okay? All right, let's go live with Michael, guys. Let's get some clapping emojis going in the comments. And show him how hospitable we can be.
Hey, what's up?
Dude, how are
Hi.
you? Can we high
Good, how are you?
I'm
Yeah,
good.
let's high five. Let's do it.
Your name right. Boom.
Yeah. Boom. I love
How are you,
that.
dude? I love the bandana.
I'm good.
You're
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's become like a signature thing for me. So I'm good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. You're like a stylish dude. I just want to know where you shop. I mean, you're like,
Oh, thank you.
pictures. I'm like, dude, you're serving some looks, man, for real.
Dude, thank you. I actually mostly like, oh, this is so LA of me, but I like thrift everything.
Oh,
like,
hell yeah.
Some slight technical difficulties.
All right, let's try this again with Michael Medrano, who is, somebody said it, he is the pop king of 2020 and beyond, but definitely 2020 at the very least. It says it's connecting.
Okay.
Dude,
I think I'm here now.
you look like 1080p of greatness.
Oh, perfect. Thank God. Okay,
So,
cool.
dude, you chug, first question, right? A hard hitter. You chug White Claw?
Chug is a strong word.
Okay.
But I will definitely drink this White Claw on live. But
See,
chug
you want to know
is pretty strong
what a
for me.
White Claw pro I am?
Hmm.
You're rocking black cherry, and I know it.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Totally. See?
Period.
Right there.
Who knew?
If
I
they
love
ever
it.
have that White Claw game show, you and me need to like go on it, like a Family Feud kind of deal.
There's a game show, you said?
No, if there ever does become one, I'm thinking down the road.
definitely.
Like once
Yeah,
you're the
we'll
pop
definitely.
king of the universe, you know,
Apparently.
we'll link up.
I love
dude,
that.
but your music fucking rules, and
Thank you.
I wish I could say that in a more eloquent, less explicit way, but sometimes great music it demands that.
Right.
Feel good is like a cliche term for music, right? Feel good music.
Right.
What does that mean, right? But I want to start there because I think we talked to a whole bevy of different artists on the show that make all different sorts of music, and I think that while the commonality is you guys all make music, you all do it for different reasons. Is the
Right.
number one reason for you to make people feel good?
I mean, yeah, put simply, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I was making like a lot of like sad bangers before, and I had like these like really upbeat songs that had like sad lyrics, and after a while I was like, I just don't want to do that anymore. I just want to like party to my music the way that they did in like Kesha or like
Totally.
or stuff like that. You know, I just wanted people to have fun, and so I just started making music like that, and it's changed everything. Like I'm talking to a label now.
That's awesome.
And I'm trying to get a team together and everything, so it's cool. Yeah.
I want to congratulate you. You bring up the advancements in your career. Congratulations on the love from Billboard and also Paper Mag, which is really cool.
Thank you.
That must have been so exciting.
Yeah, it's super exciting. Every time I get any kind of press, it's like so like I talk to the people, but I don't know if it's actually going to happen. So when it happens, it's very cool and it's exciting every time.
That's so neat. That transition from the sad bangers or the sad bops that you were making to now more of this upbeat stuff. What motivated that change? Of course, was it? Of course, it sounds like it was really organic. But did things get better in your life, or was there a new relationship? Was it just
honestly, I think my relationship got better. I think my like friendships got better too. I started going out more again. I told somebody somewhat recently that I felt like I turned 21 all over again and started like re-experiencing things, which is so funny. But like I just got this really fresh perspective, and it like helps push all my music into the direction that it is now.
That's such a great way of putting it because I feel like I think there's certain ages in your life where like you're given all of this new access. Like I think of like for me, like middle school, like I was allowed to like go on dates, and I was allowed to like hang out later, and there was like adolescence. It was like this whole new world. And then 21 is another one of those, right? Where like bars and nightlife, at least legally, right? You can go out and enjoy. But it's a really pure feeling, and it's a very it's like a vast feeling in a way, but it's like new. It feels new.
Yeah, and that's how it felt when I started making this music, because I felt like I was just experiencing these things with like a fresh lens.
I think you should experience it. You always say I want to experience things, but I don't think you actually want to experience things, because you would experience it if you wanted to experience things.
Because when I was 21, I was like just a dumbass. And like now I'm a lot more focused, and I know exactly what I want to say with my music. So like when I'm going out, I'm like always I'm never like fully present. I'm always is like pulling things that I can use in songs while I'm out, because it's just relatable shit. And it's like,
Totally.
it's cool because I think that's why it resonates with younger people too, because like they're experiencing that the same way that I am. So it's very cool.
Yeah. Do you find, because it sounds like you're sort of like, you know, it sounds like you've never been as secure as you are right now as an artist, and you feel like it's feeling like, you know, we've only been talking for like 2 or 3 minutes here, Michael, but it feels like you're really in tune with who you are as an artist right now. Do you find that it also corresponds with you as a person? Like, do you also feel like you're go on?
Yeah, for the most part, I'd say so. I'd say more than ever, I really know who I am. I know what I want, you know, because I've been doing music for a long time. Like I picked up music when I was like 12, and I was just like natural. Yeah, so I've been doing it for a long time, but I didn't really start taking everything very seriously until about like a year and a half ago, where I just kind of buckled down. I was like, well, I know what I really want, and I know that I want people to feel happy when they listen to this music. And that's just kind of, you know, it kind of lined up with my personal life too, because then I started making more decisions based on what I want to do with my music, based on career and everything like that. And it's honestly changed everything. It's crazy.
It's so funny. Like, you know, me, a stranger that doesn't know you from Adam per se.
Yeah.
You can feel it. You can feel it. You know what I mean? You can, like, I could gather that, which is cool. That it's like, you know, that honest and authentic of music you're making. When you're 12 years old and you first start wanting to make music, like, who do you want to be? You know, who's the hero at that time? Like, who do you emulate? You know?
No, it's crazy. Back then, it's been such a wide range of artists. Like, it's been everyone from like Britney Spears.
I burnt my gym down, unfortunately.
To like, I don't know, like old ass like classic rock stars that my parents really liked, and I was always really inspired. My mom was like a big metalhead, and like watching their big productions and stuff was always really cool. So I was just grabbing from everything, and like I actually started with like more classical music because I learned that I could like transcribe music by ear, and and I learned that really young. So it started there, and then it moved into like, well, I want to sing, and I've always been a singer. Are you a singer? And I never actually write for myself, and it took a lot of confidence and stuff like that to like get to that point.
Bridge the gap for me between your classical music education and then just these great pop smashes you're making right now, because, you know, to like the amateur ear, you might not be able to make that correlation, but like, how does that classical foundation inform the music you make right now? That's
so funny. Yeah. I'd say it's like with classical music, you learn the foundations of music because you're listening to old shit. You're listening to stuff from like the 1700s. So you're like learning how people started structuring things way, way back. And like as time goes on, I realized a lot of the classical pieces I liked were really repetitive, and not in a bad way. That's just kind of how music is. Music is a repetitive thing. So like from what I learned from all of my old writing and all the music that I listened to is like how to make something really, I think, stuck in people's head. And that's kind of how I make my decisions on what songs I'm going to make next. Like if I can't get it out of my own head, I'm like, okay, people are going to like this.
Totally.
So I'm going to make sure to like make something that nobody will forget.
Yeah.
And it's like working. It's finally working after all this time. So it's cool. It
must feel amazing, right?
Yeah. It's I mean, I don't even know how you found me. I'm guessing maybe Spotify or something, but like a lot of people have reached out to me, and I get DMs almost every day about my music now. And it's just like, it's a total 180, as Dua Lipa said. Full 180, you know? So, it's very cool. It's been a really, really cool ride.
Totally. Well, you know, it must feel a little bit like, you know, you have this theory or hypothesis, right, that you really believe in. And then now finally, you know, like the equation has come to fruition, and you're like, no, this is exactly what I thought it was, which is cool.
Exactly. Like you're getting to that point where it's like, maybe I'm not just like fooling everybody. Maybe my like imposter syndrome isn't kicking in. Maybe I actually really am good at this and can like make people happy and dance and stuff like that. And
1,000%.
Awesome. Yeah.
But I think a lot of great artists, and not all great artists, have imposter syndrome, because I think that imposter syndrome is sort of, if you break it down, right, is like born out of self-awareness, right? Because you go, well, I want to do this, and I think I'm good, but everybody thinks they're good. You know, and I think that initial thought process is what leads you to having the self-awareness that is honestly a necessity to make great music and to make catchy music. Because you need to understand, you know, what do people like? Why would they like this? You know, what do they want to hymn to?
That goes through my head all the time when I'm making music. Like, what's going to work? And it's not like methodical in a way where like I'll scrap things if I don't think it's going to work. I'll still take chances. But it's like, you think that way all the time, and you're like, okay, I know that people like this. I know people liked this part of the last song, so I'm going to use that more and like throw on that. Yeah.
Well, and I mean, to use your girl Dua's example, right? Like, why "Don't Start Now" is such a great and brilliant pop and lead single for the second album is that it's kind of the, ideological evolution of New Rules.
Yeah.
So it's the same ideology, right? It's like you're taking what worked last time, but you're building upon it, which is cool.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Right on.
super cool to watch it, especially with myself and other artists. It's really, really cool.
I love your visuals, and I mean, like, I was like scrolling through Twitter today, and I was like, this guy, I haven't even met you. I was like, I love, you were like pointing a gun, and it was like so funny and creative. But it wasn't a real gun, if you don't know what I'm talking about.
No, yeah.
It was, but no, it was so fun. It was like cool. Like it's, we have artists on all the time, and artists don't have to do things like that, but it's always really cool. And wow, like you're having fun with it. Is that love of visuals and just presentation? I commented on how great the fashion is. Can you trace that back to like, mom's influence and these big metal bands and these larger than life personalities maybe that you were introduced to?
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, my mom, she listened to, it's more my mom because my dad was very like into disco and funk and that's it. But my mom was the one that was listening to everything, and she loves everything from like country to pop to metal, which is so funny. And yeah, that definitely played a part. And then like watching, again, I bring up Britney Spears because obviously when I was so young, she was the pop star. And like every time she put out a video, it was just fully formed. And like the visual was so important. It makes you like the song more. There are songs that I heard where I didn't like them so much the first time.
Whatever.
And then when I watch the video, I'm like, oh, I'm really into this because it's just, I find it just as important, if not more important.
Let's dive into Britney. I love Britney. My mom, not to talk about myself, but my mom was like an assistant to a gossip columnist back in the day. Like if you're younger, you probably don't even understand like what a gossip column. But before TMZ, there were like actually individuals that would like write gossip columns, and she would get all of this like promo material in her office, and she would just like blindly bring it home to me. And this ties back, don't worry, to Britney Spears.
Right.
And I remember I was like in first grade. And do you remember the iconic Rolling Stone cover where like her, she's in her PJs and there's like the Teletubby.
Oh, yeah, and the phone and everything. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's pretty scantily clad, like pretty risque picture. My mom gave me that poster to put up in my room when I was a first grader, and that just informed everything that like I looked at the world. So I was a huge Britney stan as a kid. But who was like your favorite version of Britney? Like, do you have a favorite era or song or what have you?
My favorite version of Britney that probably shaped me the most, I'd probably say like everything from like Stronger on to like Toxic and that whole era, because that was like me as a little kid. I was like very young when that was all coming out, and it was like really shaping me. I was able to discover her on my own away from my parents and like dive into that, and that kind of just like made me go into other avenues of pop. And that's why I always was like, yeah, I'm gonna be a pop artist. I love pop. I think it's so fun the way that, and it's so like amazing the way that one person can connect with so many people with like a pop song, and people like write it off because it's just pop, but like it's an amazing thing. And that's kind of that little era of Britney that really, really shaped me.
Well, in the same sense of like, I think we'd all, if we're kind and empathetic people, we want people to remember us fondly, and they want, we want to bring a smile to people's faces when they think about us. And I think that's what a Britney song does, or any great pop song or your music does, Mike, of like, it brings a smile to your face.
Right, exactly. And that's like what I want, because people have like messaged me being like, oh, this helped me get through a really dark time, and your music made me so happy. And I'm just like, holy shit. Like when I'm at home, like trying to think of what I can do next, I'm like, holy shit, this is really helping people. I'm just sitting in my house. It's crazy.
Have you been to, I know you're from SoCal originally, right?
Yeah. I'm born and raised here.
Oh, amazing. By the way, it's a big no-no to say SoCal, right? I used to date a girl that was from there, and they always roast me because I'd say SoCal.
I'm not one of those people. Like, if you say Cali, I'm not going to roast you. You're fine.
You get a pass.
I wouldn't call it a no-no. It's do you. That's my whole brand. Do you.
Dude, 1,000%. But have you been to the Britney exhibit? I don't even know what it is, but it's like a big experiential thing, right?
I saw it, and the first time I saw it was after the lockdowns. I was driving to do something. I forget. We had to drive out to Hollywood for something very like simple. And I drove right past it, and I was like, I didn't get tickets. I didn't go. I'm so angry. I hope it's here when the lockdowns are gone. So yeah, I mean, I'm definitely gonna make a trip out there for sure.
Oh, you have to. Yeah, like first day out. That's got to be like number one.
Of course. Yeah, making a lot of plans.
You're from Southern California. See, I
Yes.
didn't say SoCal. Give me just like the quick backstory. We've covered so much, but like just kind of paint us a picture of like you as a kid and growing up.
Dude, come here. You're gay. I fucking knew it, dude.
You know, how that all looked.
You know, it's really funny. I was kind of in like the same vein as Katy Perry. I was in a really religious family. They're
Okay.
Jehovah's Witnesses, and they're like basically a very like intense version of Christianity. And I mean, for a long time, I didn't get to like, you know, actually express myself the way I wanted to. But my mom was a cool mom, and I would always like listen to all her stuff and watch everything on TRL. She'd leave music videos on all day, and I kind of was just surrounded with it. If I wasn't with my mom, I was with my dad, and he was listening to like funk and disco and classic rock, and he was always into that. And he was like, "Michael, this is the best music that's ever been made," and like hammering that into my head. And it's funny because I think my music now leans onto disco, which is so funny. But like, because I pretended to hate it when I was a kid, but like over time, I loved it, and like I just really got my roots and decided, you know, this is the kind of music I want to make. And you know, I broke away from the religion because I was never going to work. Me as a queer person, it was never going to work, me being part of that religion.
Right.
And like over time, I just kind of broke out and rebelled against my parents and everything. And they're cool now. They like fully support me and everything. But it took a lot of time and a lot of like finding myself and being confident in myself to be like, yeah, I can do this. I'm going to do this, Mom. Sorry, not sorry, kind of thing.
Right.
You know?
It's
Yeah.
a beautiful thing to see, man. I mean, congratulations, because I mean, people.
Thank you.
That's a journey that, you know, hopefully you reach the end of in your lifetime. But if you're already doing that at your young age, I think that's awesome. You know.
Thank you.
And I think, you know, not to be so industry when I say this, but like I love that you talk about disco and your love of it, and I just feel like, you know, like we're in this weird time now of quarantine, but once we're out and, you know, the 2020s really start up, I love this like emerging trend, if you will, of like the duas, or even like, you know, a Say So by Doja Cat. You know what I mean? Like, and just bringing back that, like, you know, just fun music for the sake of being fun. I feel like, you know, music got kind of, it was a bit of a downer time in terms of popular music, and there was a heaviness to it. And I think, especially coming out of this situation, man, people just want to have a good time.
Something fun, something for the summertime, something for the girls to, you know, get ready and party to.
Celebrate life, and that's absolutely what your music does.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's what I've been saying too. I feel like music for a while was so down all the time, and especially with like the rise of The Weeknd, who's amazing, obviously, but all this music always had like a negative tone to it. And I was like, damn, I kind of just want to dance. Like, I don't want to get messed up like I always used to. Like, I don't want to think about anything. Well, and I think that's really cool. And I sensed that early on, and I was like, I got to take my music in that direction.
Totally.
You know?
It's like perfect timing, man.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to ask you about the song that's on our playlist. So we have this like little community on Spotify. We update it every week, and it's cool because then we have artists, so people fall in love with the songs, and they get to meet you. And Do Your Thing is on it this week, and people just love that song. Can you tell us a little bit, just the backstory of that one?
Do Your Thing. So all of my songs in general are like a combination of a bunch of nights out I've had. Do Your Thing was kind of just a situation with a friend who was kind of playing hard to get because we like kind of into each other. We weren't really saying anything, and they would go away, and then they come back, and then they dance on me, and then they go away again. And I'm like, man, just you know what? Fine, do your thing. I'll be here when you're done, because you're gonna play games all night. It's fine. I'll be here. And that's kind of how that was born. It was like a very simple thing of like, you're playing hard to get, but I'm fine with it. It's cool. And I'm chill on the dance floor. I got my drink, whatever. Yeah. And that's kind of just, how that song was born. It was like, my songs are always like one big wave of thought, or they're like a bunch of thoughts chopped up, and that one was just all one thought. It was really cool. It was like a quick writing process and everything. Mm-hmm.
What's that dropped? I guess like in March, maybe a couple. I don't even like. I guess it's April, right? So I guess it dropped like a month ago.
Like about a month ago.
What's like next in terms of just the horizon? And I know these are crazy times and it's tough to plan, but what are you looking forward to?
So I mean, like I said before, I was talking to a label, and this is like I've had a couple labels be interested, but this is one of the first ones that's really been hands-on and liked my artistry and like given me a lot of thought and attention. So they expressed interest in doing like a full project with me, and hopefully that leads to doing like a full album and putting out a whole body of work, because I mean, that's every artist's dream, is to put out a whole body of work that people can consume. Yeah. I'm taking it slow because I like to push myself through everything and like give myself anxiety for no reason. But I am trying to like take it slow. I've written some really, really cool songs while we're like locked up here. Coronavirus! And they're really good and really fun. And hopefully my plan is to put either a project or at least a 2-song single out by like the summer. Because I'm growing pretty quickly now as opposed to before. It's been really cool to see. So I'm just pushing on, honestly.
Yeah.
You know?
Dude, I'm so happy for you, Michael. I'm so happy
you.
we met, man. I'm so happy I found the song and we got to chat, and this is awesome, man.
Thanks for reaching out. It's awesome. I mean, like you said, we don't know each other from Adam. It's so cool that you just liked my music enough to talk to me. So thank you.
Yeah. Well, you still got your black cherry on hand?
I do have my black cherry. I have a little.
I'm like a lame because I'm all out of black cherry, but there's an empty box over there. I test. Let's cheers each other, brother, because this was great.
All right.
Cheers. There you go.
Thank you for having me.
Cheers, brother. We'll talk soon. All right.
All right. See you.
Peace. Michael Medrano. See? Nailed it the first time, nailed it the last time. I'm going to dip from live really quick. I'm going to drop this live. I'll save it, though. So if you got here late and you're a fan of Michael's music and you want to check out the full chat, which I encourage you to because the dude rocks, it'll be up on my story for the next 24 hours. We're going to be back with our...
These fluids got me feeling fluid. Give me something, I'ma do it. I'ma do it. These fluids got me feeling fluid. Give me something, I'ma do it. I'ma do it.